Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am back on my front porch with my DIY trick-or-treaters. I've been putting out a lot of content about them lately, but it's just because I love them so much and I love sharing about them, how to DIY. And actually a friend of mine had the thought, Audrey, you should have a craft night and invite some people over and let's do it all together. And that is so brilliant, and that's exactly what I'm doing. So I'm having 10 lovely ladies over my house here before the end of the month, before the end of September, and we are all going to DIY some trick-or-treaters together. So I'm going to show you all of that. So you'll get to see us putting them all together. But in the meantime, let me take you back and show you some behind the scenes of me sourcing all of my supplies. So let's do it. As always, you gotta go to the thrift store to see if you can get some supplies on the cheap, and that I did. Got 3 of these little Halloween buckets, and it's so nice to know that they're gonna get a second life in this decor that I'm making instead of just going to the landfill. America's Thrift is only just setting up their Halloween section, and they have mannequins which are only $5, but they don't have a hole in the bottom of them, which is why I think I'm still just gonna go to Joann's and get the $6.50 ones because the hole is so convenient. Not really any good options for plain fabric. This one's a fitted sheet, so I don't like to use those, and in general the sheets are a little thin. Last time I was here I found almost like a paint tarp, like it was a much thicker canvas material. Now onto children's clothes. Kids clothes is hard for me because I don't actually have any children, so I don't know what the right sizes are. But I just eyeball it. These are the right size, but I'm not gonna pay $3.50. I was able to find 3 of these little baskets. The green ones are from McDonald's. I am so pumped about it. They're $2 each. And then 6 pairs of pants. Again, all $2 and under. This is what I'm here for. So it does have the hole in the bottom. It is $6.50, but they are all up there. I got really lucky at the thrift, but I knew I was gonna have to get creative for some more trick-or-treat bags, and I did some research, and Dollar General had some really great options for such a discount. I just wanted to do a couple changes to make them perfect for my trick-or-treaters. So I am actually taking them apart using this X-Acto knife. It's felt for the fabric, so everything comes off very easily. And then I am measuring to see how much of the bag itself I can cut off the top to make it smaller. These bags were just way too big for the trick-or-treaters. It just looked out of place, so had to do something about it. Here I am cutting around the top, and this is actually perfect too because this extra fabric now makes from really good scraps that I'll be using again later. Then it's just to replace everything. So using my hot glue gun, going through, getting the ears back on, burning ourselves in the process, and then doing the same for the hat. And I'm actually going to be taking the extra fabric that I just cut off the top of this basket and cut it down to size and turn it into an even longer basket handle. So it's gonna be perfect for getting the basket to hang for my trick-or-treaters. And I'm actually being a little extra here and sewing the seam back up from where I cut. Is this a little extra? Yes. Is crafting my passion? Yes. So is it worth it? Yeah. As I mentioned previously, here I am cutting down that extra 2 inches of felt that I cut out from before and re-gluing it back to the bag. and almost burning myself in the process again. So gluing it back on, and then you can see my little black cat is about half the size of the pirate pumpkin and mummy. So now she is perfectly fun sized for the DIY trick-or-treaters. So these are fine. Little drawstring bags, $1. But I feel like we can do better. None of this is really necessary. It just warms my heart to create things and make things better, especially since I'm putting something on for some lovely ladies. So again, I am sewing up the side seams just to clean everything up so I can make these bags as amazing as possible. This side was open for the drawstrings, so I just sewed it up. And then these are the scraps from these types of baskets. I was very pumped when I realized I could repurpose the old straps from the pumpkin and the black cat to use here. So already just a couple items to update, and these bags already look so much better than they did before. I also couldn't help myself and decided to use some more extra felt. I mean, they've got real eyes, so why not put some eyebrows on them as well? And then I have no idea what these are, so I'm going to cut them off with my X-Acto knife. Oh. Much better. And here they are. I did decide to return the mummy. I figured white on white basket with a white ghost, it really wasn't gonna give the pop color that I wanted. And I am gonna go back and get one more black cat. This is extremely niche, but I track all of my DIYs, like how much it costs. And this is the Ghost Trick-or-Treaters breakdown. All the items that are yellow I haven't purchased yet, so I put a little bit of a buffer. And then at the bottom here, it's hard to see, but I'll actually make it a little bit bigger. I just took the total cost and then divided it by 10, because I have 10 women coming over. So each woman, it's probably gonna be maybe a little bit more, but I'm shooting for everybody paying $30, so they will just cover their supplies. That was part of my invite. I mentioned if you would like to participate in this, it'll be $30, and this just shows that they are paying just exactly for the supplies that I have found. After checking my spreadsheet, it was time to go back to the thrift. I've allocated $5 per pair of shoes for this DIY project, and I was able to stay under that budget. Got a couple at $2.99. So I came in just under budget for shoes. And now I need 4 more pairs of pants. So I'm looking strictly for things that are $2 and under. I'll just find a bunch like this, just put it in the cart, and then at the end I'll pick out my top 4. Apparently there's a boys shoe section and a girls shoe section, so I'm gonna check this out. Switched out some of the little boy shoes for little girl shoes, and I did a much better job of getting some like fun colors for pants today. Just got done at the thrift store. I got 10 pairs of shoes. I was budgeting for $5 a piece. A few of them I was able to get for a little less, so that was exciting. And I did get more pants. And then the only thing was the white fabric was $10, and that I don't think was going to be enough for all 10, as well as it still was a sheet, so it was still kind of see-through. So I'm going to check a Goodwill and then maybe even go to see at Joann's what it might cost to get some fabric. I still have a few things I need to buy, which includes the white fabric. I think I found a solution at Joann Fabrics. And then all of the more actual construction type supplies, the dowels, some 3.5-inch long screws, and then the project plywood. So what likely you'll see next in this video, I will probably keep all of that purchasing off camera, and then next time I come back to work on this, it'll be cutting the dowels to size and cutting the project plywood to size. I'll cut the plywood, I'll cut the dowels, so there's no need for any of my friends who come over to use any saws, and the only tool that everybody will be using will be the drill, the cordless drill. So we'll be making our own pilot holes and screwing everything together and just kind of like getting it all assembled. So that'll be the portion that's done at my little party. So excited. All of the baskets in the back. Here are 2 of the mannequin heads. There's more of those. That is the adhesive backed felt. So there's 10 sheets there, 1 for everybody. All of the shoes, oh my gosh, I think the Dino sneakers are my favorite. And then all of the pants. So there's plenty of options. Everybody will get to separately pick a basket, pick a pair of shoes, and pick a pair of pants, and then we will start assembly. So now I am set up out here in front of the shed. I have a bunch of pieces of really like scrap wood that I'm going to turn into all of the bases for the ladies that are coming over my house actually next weekend. So let's cut up some plywood together. I did not want to have to get out the table saw, but I think I'm going to have to get out the table saw. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Now to put all this stuff away. And I don't even have the dowels yet, so I'm gonna have to go to Lowe's to buy those, come back, and then set this up again to cut those, but that's fine. Actually, I just got an idea. I have a bunch of leftover black spray paint from my flat file DIY. So I think I'm gonna spray paint the top of all of those boards, like just for like a clean surface. I'm not gonna like sand them or anything. I'm just gonna give it a quick spray paint, let them dry in the sun. And I think it'll be a nice little touch. Ta-da! My phone died while I was spray painting, but here they all are. Just a light spray paint just to even everything out. I am back out in front of the shed. It's the next day, and today I am cutting up the dowel pieces to size. So for this DIY, the vertical leg dowels are 17 inches. The cross brace, or like the waist or shoulders, is 7, and the vertical neck dowel is also 7. So I wanted to buy these 1 inch by 48 inch long circular dowels and just do all of these, but Lowe's only had 4 and I needed 10. So I grabbed the square 36 inch ones. I also have a couple of old broom handles. The neck dowel has to be circular because there's a hole in the bottom of the mannequin head, and this is what will fit inside of it, not the square. I just need to do a little bit of mental math and figure out what's the best way to get 20 17-inch leg dowels, 10 horizontal brace pieces, and 10 neck dowels. I think I'm gonna start with the squares because they're 36 inches each. So if I cut them in half at 18, I have 7 of those. So let's start there. There's 7 legs there, and they each need, so then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 times 7 is 49. So I need 49 inches. This could be the 7 neck dowels. Uh-oh. I may have to stop filming. Feels good though. Uh-oh. Okay, I got out of the rain. I'm under the porch now, which is funny because the rain is now starting to let up. But I have all the legs that I need. I'm short 6 of those, so I'll need to cut the remaining of my dowels. But then all the cuts will be done and it'll just be time for assembly when my friends come over next weekend. In a previous clip from this video, when I was in my art room, I gave you that full look of what the entire inventory for 10 sets of supplies for these DIY trick-or-treaters looks like. Here, I'm just gonna show you quickly one trick-or-treater set worth of supplies, and we'll go over them because in this next video that I'll be putting out on my YouTube channel, you'll get to see my friends over my house and us putting them all together. It would start raining. Starting from the bottom, 1 piece of plywood, around 12.5 by 12.5 inches. A pair of children's shoes. These ones are size 7. I think anywhere from like size 6 to 8 is a good size. 5, 3, or 3.5 inch wood screws. 1 1-inch by 48 inch long dowel. You'll cut these to size, but 1 48-inch dowel will get you 2 17-inch pieces and 2 7-inch pieces. So you'll have your legs, your horizontal brace piece, and the neck dowel. From there, the pants. How cute is this outfit? I find that 4T is about the correct size. Your white fabric to create the ghost sheet. This is from the $4 section at Joann's. Your black felt. I like the adhesive back because I can just cut it to the shape of an oval and stick it right on. Your mannequin head, I like the Joann's version because it's got the hole in the bottom, so your dowel fits right in. And last but certainly not least, the trick-or-treat bag. I got this one at the Dollar General, but I also found a few at the thrift store, and it looks like places like Joann's and other craft stores have some decent options as well. Thank you again for watching. I very much appreciate it, and please like, subscribe, and comment on this video. If you want to see some more behind the scenes stuff on DIYs like this, you can check me out on Instagram. It's at Audrey Gaynier. Thank you. Happy Halloween.